All right, so we're going to get started here. Go over what I see on the weekly setup. And yeah, so just go ahead and get started. Let me get this so it looks a little bit better for you guys. I did create a border, so I was able to do that. I'm glad I figured it out. All right, so we'll draw the high and low of last week like we always do. Uh, oh, thought I was in that window. I guess it didn't work. We'll just do it this way. Oh, I pressed the wrong button, that's why. All right, so that needs to be orange. I always do my high and low, previous week's high and low in orange. So let's see here. Why did that not change? That's why. Let's see. All right, so previous week high, previous week low. They're on MES. And so that's what you're looking there on ES. We'll do, or MES, we'll do ES. And then, let's see here. Let me press the right button this time. All right. So I'm hoping that, I think we're probably going to get a gap down, but I'm looking at potentially we come down here to about the 65.82 area, 65, 66.10s. If we get down into this area, I want to be a buyer. So from about there, so in that area, I want to be a buyer. Let's see. So there's ES. We'll look at NQ, even though I don't really trade NQ, but we'll look at NQ here real quick. Uh, previous week's high, previous week's low. This area here, I'd be looking at to potentially be a buyer. Okay. So there's that. Let's remove that. All right. So last week on NQ was more of a doji. All right. So a little bit of a gap down. Testing last week's low. Come on, put us two down. I want to go two down on the week. All right, I'm gonna buy one right here. Uh, see if we can get this account passed. It may still drop a little bit more, I'm not sure. We'll see. Probably way too early of a buy, but it's a spread. Yeah. I should have paid attention to that spread and I did not. That's what kind of got me a little bit there. Dang it. I don't want to have to stop out, but I might have to. Down 385 points to start the session. That's not good. That's why I don't trade in Q. Yeah, that's not good at all. It's an intraday trail count with Apex, so I mean, if I blow it, I just blow it, but unbelievable. That was a bad trade. That's why I don't normally trade in Q, because it's just not my thing. This is not my thing. Might get a little bit of a bounce here. I'm gonna let it play out. I definitely did not follow my process on that. This is an old legacy account on Apex, so I mean, if it, if it blows, it just blows, and I'll just get rebuilt for it later. So I really wanted to pass it because I was only what, well, it was only like 1,000 away from passing it, I think 700, but I mean, if I'd have played in that direction, it would have been fine, but I didn't. Yeah, it's probably gonna come down here and tag this low from the 2nd of February. Unbelievable. What a bad trade. And we could potentially all the way come down here to 24,147, which would put us about 600 points down on the session already just to start. Um yeah, that was a plus we got this volume imbalance here from back in September on the 8th to right there to about right about there. So, I mean, we could potentially come down and tag this area here. I'm going to cut this trade because that was a bad trade and yeah, unbelievable. That's why I don't normally trade in Q. And that's what I get for rushing my process. You just don't normally see like 400 points down to start the session. That's kind of rare. So we'll see if we come tag this volume imbalance here at 24,152. Um, all the way down to about maybe 24,111. Now they're gonna bounce it, bastards. Um, I should have waited for that negative 400 and then took one. Eh, it is what it is. So let's see here. Let's do a little bit of math. So 200 points from here would put us 600 down on the session. Be right about there. There's another little volume of balance there. I'm just gonna have to wait and see if we get down here to about 600 points down. So NQ's limit down is is roughly around 1,000 points. Being that we're down 400, I think we easily go down 600 points. Tonight in the overnight session. So that's very, very possible. This is also why I don't copy trade, because if I make a mistake like I just did, I don't want it multiplied across all of my accounts. So that's just maybe that's just me, but I just don't want it multiplied across all the accounts. We definitely got a 2 down week. One of my friends asked me what I thought, and I told her I thought we were gonna go 2 down on the week. The reason being, we had a 2 down green last week. I look for that to expand, and I've been saying it since about in here that in January, at starting February, I'm like, we could have a 2 up red year um for the year. So we'll see. Uh I'm no Nostradamus, but I just believe we're probably gonna have a 2 up red year. Um we have a 2 up red quarter. We only have another 2-3 weeks for in the quarter, so if we get that expansion or we stay 2 up red, then I would look for another continuation down in the quarter. Um, starting in April. But I fully believe that we are going to have a tulip red year. So we'll see. Uh, this is a quarterly. So actually, sorry, it looks like on yeah, so it looks almost inside on NQ. Inside red on NQ, but if we get a 2 down from there, then we're probably gonna go somewhere around this 2200 area or just above 2200. I mean, then we could flip back long, but yeah, I'm looking for expansion down into next quarter as well. So, um why is NQ not showing to a red? I know ES is. Let's look at ES for a minute. ES is really what I try to focus on. It's just easier for me to trade. So here you can see it on ES. We went 2 up, but now coming back inside. So for the year, yeah, I just think we'll probably be 2 up red year. Okay. I may trade that account tonight and I may not. I mean, was a pretty big mistake right there. Um, let's see. So 2 down day on ES gap. Right into where I said I'd want to be looking to potentially buy, but I also want to see if they um continue to drop the market. So ES max is about 120 to about 150 um negative or positive. So it'd be interesting to see if we get some buyers in this area. NQ is still down over 400 points. Anybody has any questions, let me know. I certainly did not follow my process there at open. But again, that's why I don't copy trade. I don't want a mistake amplified across all of my accounts. We'll look at YM. Same. 2 down on the day, 2 down on the week. We still got a bunch of pivot machine guns. I'm telling you guys, I talked about these pivot machine guns several weeks ago across all the indices. We've just got the pivot machine guns back to the downside. So I don't know. I mean, something's really going to have to change in order for this market to get, to get back bullish. Overall, we have, this is why I am on the quarter to a bread quarter. So, you know, maybe another, what, 200-ish points for YM on a drop. We'll take a look at gold. 2 up on the quarter. However, they could have TTO'd right here. Actually, let me get the continuous contract on gold. Yeah, I think they've TTO'd on gold. That's could be just my opinion, but I believe we've topped out on gold for at the moment because there would be your broadening formation. I mean, we just went parabolic, and so Like to see gold back to about 4,500. Um, so around in that area. But yeah, I just think we've TTO'd on gold, and because it just went parabolic. Same with silver. I mean, they look at this. We would have to get all the way up here past 121. I mean, they've dropped it, what, several points since then. TTO again, if you look at silver. Let me get the continuous contract again. So same thing. There's your broadening formation. I mean, when you get those big wicks like that, like it just, I didn't trade silver anyway. Um, just no interest in it for me. But um, what you can do too is take this fib retracement. I like to do that on those long wicks. So there's that. But pretty much, yeah, just huge gap down to start the session. You just don't see it a lot with negative 400. Like I said, ES. See here. Let's look back at ES. Actually, let's look at oil. We'll look at the continuous contract on oil as well. I mean, took out all these pivots. So pivot machine gun back to the upside on oil on the quarter. One, two, three. I mean, yeah, massive. I mean, I said it several weeks ago on actually just my Facebook page. I'm like, that oil chart's looking very bullish. Yeah, what a lion. All time high on oil, 147. So let's see here. Can do this right here. All time high to all time to back low when oil went negative back in 2020. Um, so from 147 down to negative 40. Um, and what they did on the month, they just took out all these pivots, pivot machine gun, right back to the upside. Consolidation for some years, what, year and a half, 2 years, about 2 years. Then they just pivot machine gun right back up. I mean, war continues to worsen. I mean, we might see oil around 170 a barrel. I won't be surprised if they take it there. Yeah, I'd say about 170 a barrel if I had to guess. I'm no oil trading expert, but just using a little bit of logic and some math, I would say about 170 a barrel. Uh, oh yeah, I think you bounced about 15 points there from that negative, just a little over negative 411. I think I was just a little early on that. I was just a little early because now they're bouncing it about where I got out, assholes. Um,
Order filled.
I should have just held on a little longer, but that's what I get. I mean, look, literally touched it and then bounced. They touched it, just a tad below it, right back up. Oh man, I'm not chasing it though. So I made a bad trade. I'll just, live with it for the day. So it is what it is. Not chasing it. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I just, I just tried to play that retrace a little too early. That's all. This is a mistake. I'm a reversal trader. I mean, I figured that out about myself. So, I just don't fight it anymore. I used to fight it, but I just don't fight it anymore. I like playing reversals, and you know, everybody's like, "Oh, the trend is your friend." Yeah, until you get a big reversal because you're going with the trend and you don't understand why it's reversing, or you fight the trend the whole time. So I just wait. I just try to wait till it gets to my target and then play the reversal. So I mean, maybe it's a good way of trading, maybe it's not, but it's the way I trade. So I I am kind of a contrarian. I mean, there's contrarians in the market. It is what it is. So I like to play bottoms and tops, and I'm a contrarian, so it just is what it is. Better to be honest with yourself than fight it. That's pretty much what I see, though. I mean, we could potentially get this downside continuation. Uh, maybe we hit limit down in the overnight session or in the New York session. It's very possible. We hit limit down tomorrow across NQ and ES. I don't really understand why they wouldn't expand the downside unless something happens and something changes. But yeah, uh, expando as far as I know. I'll just wait till it gets my levels and try the reversal. So, all right, I am going to get off here. I would appreciate if you guys would like my channel and subscribe to it, and also to use my code Blues Trades. That'll get you discounts at Apex, Bullinox, and Lucid at the moment. I really like trading with Lucid. I really can't say enough good things about Lucid. Um, I only buy their Flex accounts, so but they got the Flex account. I think if you're a new trader, I think you can get 50% off right now, or you can use that code up to 2 times for the Flex accounts. And so yeah, but I really like Lucid a lot. I'm using the TradeC application with those Lucid accounts, and I am enjoying the Apex end of day drawdown accounts. I feel like it took them way too long to get on board with the end of day drawdown accounts, but yeah, so I got some end of day drawdown accounts there at Apex, and then I got the Topstep account um, over consistency on, so got to smooth out the consistency there on the Topstep combine, and but yeah, everything else is going pretty good. Thankfully, my mistakes like earlier are few and far between now. um, So I've worked on that a lot, and yeah, just trying to stick to the process, and that's it. So I'm gonna get some dinner and watch Ninja Trader live and see what they have to say. I really like watching them on Sundays as well. So see what they have to say, and we'll just continue to trade this market and do the best we can. Um, I'm really kind of hoping we might get a limit down tomorrow. So we'll see what happens in the overnight session and see what happens tomorrow. But I really do hope we get that limit down. So sink it. Buy some things a lot cheaper. So I hope we get NQ back down to about 22,000. So I can buy some stocks cheaper. Right? Like you don't want to be a buyer Apple at 287 when you could be a buyer at 200 or 185. Like I just, let me look at this. This is about where, you should be buying, right? Around in here. Like let's get it down there so we can buy some things long term. Um get the market on sale. Oh. All right. I will chat with you guys later. Again, feel free to use my coupon code Blues Trades at Apex, Bullinox, and Lucid. That'll get you the discounts there at those firms. So I would appreciate it. Helps my channel. And again, please like and subscribe. And yeah, keep on trading. So, all right. Chat with you guys.